So just a brief overview of what we're going to do this evening is, first of all, we're going to talk to the wonderful team at Zogs around the partnership that we have with Straight Line Swimming, but also the ambassadorial role that I'm running. And then going to pass over to Charlotte and Lucy to talk a little bit about the Secret Squirrel project, or Secret Seal probably is a better description than you guys use it, that we've all been working on. Lots of us have been working on, which comes out tomorrow. So I feel super excited, and it feels really great to have like this little exclusive this evening ahead of tomorrow. And for me, I would love it if you guys watching, you like what you see tonight. Maybe you can share the Zogs post as well tomorrow to get people excited about it. We're then going to go across to Margot and Georgia, who are the amazing people behind creating the suit. Charlotte's got great ideas, but Charlotte, I don't think has the capability to create.
No. I leave it to the expert.
Exactly. So we're going to talk to that, and then there's a couple of slides that we're going to show you around the technology and how it all works. And then I'm going to bring up the wonderful Kath Pendleton to talk a little bit, who's also a Zogs ambassador, a bit, because we've had a couple of months, I think now, a couple of months of using the suit itself. So we want to talk about our experience and how much we enjoyed it. And then we'll get to questions if I don't get any questions in the meantime. So that kind of gives you an overview of what we're going to do this evening. And to start with, thank you again to everybody for joining us all around the world. We have all the way from Australia, Italy, and the UK. Maybe there's a couple of Scotland people in there as well, I think, looking at some of the names that are on here. So yeah, we're doing pretty well. The Isle of Wight as well, we'll still class you within being in a different part of the world. So many people joining us this evening, men and women, is always very, very exciting to have you guys joining us this evening to talk about the tribe that we are trying to create when it comes, and New Zealand as well. Simon from New Zealand, amazing, joining us this evening. So first of all, I wanted to just talk a little bit about Straight Line Swimming and the partnership that we have with Zogs, in that we are very protective as a brand, Straight Line Swimming, with our coaches and the information that we pass over. One of the things we're really excited about is, industry expertise, helping our coaches to be able to be armed with all the knowledge that they possibly can do to help their swimmers and support their swimmers. And then also, from a sustainability point of view and perspective, having a sustainability partner like Zogs joining us is amazing. There is so many things that are coming up that I am really excited, not even just this project, but many other things that they are working towards. And that's going to come out over the next couple of months. So I'm really excited about the opportunity from a Straight Line Swimming perspective to have a partnership with you guys. So in our partners section on our website, we'll have a discount code for you and for your swimmers, so that you can make sure that your swimmers kind of are kitted out with all the best kit. And yeah, I wanted to kind of pass over to Charlotte now, and Lucy, I guess you guys can join in on this bit. But from your perspective, I guess most people would have previously associated Zogs with goggles and probably learned to swim stuff, and then into swimsuits. Where do you guys hope that the open water stuff is going to head towards?
So yeah, Zogs in the UK in particular and Australia, we've got a very strong heritage in the leisure centre environment. So that's really where a lot of people recognise us. We have our shop fronts, and something that we as a brand are very passionate about is being relevant to all consumers, all swimmers, making sure that we design fantastic products that really deliver on the kind of true benefit that a product can enhance their swim experience. And that's where this project really came from, is highlighting that we recognise that open water is in huge amounts of growth. We've also we got bought out by the amazing Head brand, and we've got some of the amazing team working now on product development from Head, and getting their expertise in open water and applying that to the Zogs brand. So that's been really exciting for us, merging the two companies together. And for us, it's, we already have a fantastic range of goggles that are really recognised by open water swimmers. So people may have heard of Predator and the Predator Flex goggles that are loved by open water swimmers. So we felt that there was just this huge opportunity for us to create something really specific for open water swimmers that just took it to a little bit of a next level. We wanted just to make something really exciting, really bold, vibrant, and that's kind of where the seed of the idea came along. And we obviously have some fantastic ladies that we work with, like Self and Kath and her Spirit Gang. You know, we've got such a great connection with the community, and we just felt like there was just such an amazing opportunity to do something different. We've got, like I say, we've got amazing line of pool swimwear, but let's be a bit more specific. Let's make it a bit more relevant, and you know, get some real research behind it and hear directly from swimmers what they want from their swimwear. And yeah, that's where the idea came from.
Yeah, amazing. And I think, could you tell us a little bit more about how this specific, so we're here to talk about really the main aim is to talk about the open water kind of specifics.
Yeah,
definitely. Like where
of course,
did that come from?
So yeah, I think for us, again, it was we did some research. We had Her Spirit ladies involved, some of which are on this call today with us, which is really nice. And we just saw it as an opportunity to get that direct feedback. We had Margot and Georgia, who are our amazing design partners, to like really listen directly, because they don't often have that opportunity to hear it directly from consumers. So for us, it was about kind of learning. For them, they're from different countries, so it's really about understanding, especially the UK swimmer in particular, and cold water is quite a new experience for someone like Margot. So, for her to understand like how we can develop something that's so specific and so relevant to what those women and wherever we may go with open water, how do we make it really relevant to them, and how do we make it kind of really exciting. So that's where the open water thermal line swimwear came along from. It started as this kind of seed of an idea, and took all the requirements of what we saw that were relevant. So thinking about, how they feel in the water, what's really important to them in terms of sustainability, and obviously Zogs is really big and passionate about the eco side of things. So making sure we took off all the credentials that we could to be kind of relevant to them. So I'm trying not to say too much about the suits, because I want to make sure that Georgia and Margot go into all that kind of amazing detail for you guys. But like I say, the main thing was really about kind of engaging with real women, real swimmers, real emotion, and like try and create this kind of, again, a hub and a central thought around it, so that we can help build into the community rather than just forcing a product that's just not really kind of fit for purpose.
Yeah, and Lucy, I wonder if you can, or Charlotte, I guess, between the two of you, what were some of the bits of feedback that you were, you talk about speaking to real women and finding out from them. What was some of the feedback that you got that you were like, this has to be part of the new suit range? What was some of that kind of integral part of the feedback that you were getting?
Well, in general, it was kind of like making sure that we had really relevant sizing, making sure that like the body fit was like really comfortable, people experiencing different types of kind of swimming as well. We wanted to make sure that we had the right styles, the right look, the right, even taking the product off and on, like what's that experience and the engagement with the product, and making, and like people were saying to us, like I feel like completely at one in the water, it's, for me, it's about that disconnect. It's also about community, and we really wanted to make sure all of those kind of points were really driven into it. And then now Lucy kind of jumped on board with us as well, and she's really focused on how we can now develop that a little bit further in terms of the community, which Lucy might want to talk a little bit about.
Yeah, so when we were sort of going through how we're going to bring this suit to life, a key point that stood out was community, and open water swimmers, there's a massive community for that, and it's all about camaraderie and making sure that everyone's okay and enjoying themselves. And I think having the Her Spirit gang on our shoot helping bring that to life, because they're all open water swimmers, they're all from different backgrounds, different shapes, different sizes, and they ultimately sort of encompassed what the suits were all about, was celebrating yourselves and celebrating each other, and the bright bold colors really helped that as well. But yeah, on social media, speaking from a social media perspective, on there's so many different things about communities, and we wanted to create something like that because we want to create a hub for open water swimmers. And and well, any sort of swimmer, because this swimwear is not just for open water swimming, it can be used in pools as well. But we want to create just a hub of swimmers all together that can celebrate and just look after each other and have fun with the water.
Amazing. Amazing. That sounds so exciting. And we're definitely going to hear from Kath a little bit later on that kind of stuff. But I am keen now, if it's all right, to bring in Margot and Georgia. So I'm going to unpin you quick, ladies, unless you want to still be part of that top bit. Remove pin. And I'm going to now... Don't worry, I can edit this out later. Add pin. There you go. Well, good evening, Margot and Georgia. Thank you so much for joining us. I am so fascinated to hear more about the actual suit. So Charlotte teased a little bit there when she said something about thermal, but I think actually it's up to you guys now to kind of give us the rundown essentially on the suit and what it is for those that don't know or weren't part of the shoot, kind of to know a bit more about it. So I don't know, Margot, do you want to start first?
Sure. Hi everybody. I think the key thing is that the team came to us, many months ago and said there's this amazing surge of outdoor swimming, and some of the shots that we were seeing, it was in magazines, everybody was talking about it in the swimming world, and they said, we want to do something in this area. We are so primed for it, in the sense that everybody's wearing Zog's products now, and we want to have the swimwear to go with it. So Georgia and I, amazingly, we work very closely, her in Rapallo in Italy and me in Sydney, Australia. And we looked at what was out there in the market, and we really wanted to give a whole new personality, a whole new product line, something new to the market. So we weren't a Me Too product as well. And so we started off with a completely clean slate, and we sat down and started talking to open water swimmers. I mean, we all swim, but it is, as you say, when I go swimming now, the water is like 20 degrees, so it's a whole new mindset, and it was an amazing experience for us, because it gave us a real insight into the emotional value that open water swimming gives to people, and all of the benefits, and we wanted to incorporate that into a design concept. Georgia, do you want to continue on? We do a bit of a to and fro. It's all part of caring and sharing.
Yeah, absolutely, Margot. Thank you, everybody, to join this meeting. It's amazing to see you all together and finally meet the people that maybe we engage. And at the very beginning, I think mostly of them, take part of the survey. We take over, and so you were all our inspiration, guys, ladies, and that's really a pleasure for us. Yeah, as you say.
Well, good evening, Margot and Georgia. Thank you so much for joining us. I am so fascinated to hear more about the actual suit. So Charlotte teased a little bit there when she said something about thermal, but I think actually it's up to you guys now to kind of give us, the rundown essentially on the suit and what it is for those that don't know or weren't part of the shoot, kind of to know a bit more about it. So I don't know, Margot, do you want to start first?
Sure. Hi everybody. I think the key thing is that the team came to us, many months ago and said there's this amazing surge of outdoor swimming, and some of the shots that we were seeing, it was in magazines, everybody was talking about it in the swimming world, and they said, we want to do something in this area. We are so primed for it, in the sense that everybody's wearing Zog's products now, and we want to have the swimwear to go with it. So Georgia and I, amazingly, we work very closely, her in Rapallo in Italy and me in Sydney, Australia. And we looked at what was out there in the market, and we really wanted to give a whole new personality, a whole new product line, something new to the market. So we weren't a Me Too product as well. And so we started off with a completely clean slate, and we sat down and started talking to open water swimmers. I mean, you know, we all swim, but it is, as you say, when I go swimming now, the water's like 20 degrees, you know. So it's a whole new mindset, and it was an amazing experience for us because it gave us a real insight into the emotional value that open water swimming gives to people, and all of the benefits. And we wanted to incorporate that into a design concept. Georgia, do you want to continue on? We do a bit of a to and fro. It's all part of caring and sharing.
Yeah, absolutely, Myrtle. Thank you, everybody, to join this meeting. It's amazing to see you all together and finally meet the people that maybe we engage. And at the very beginning, I think mostly of them, it's big part of the survey. We take over, and so you were all our inspiration, guys, ladies, and that's really a pleasure for us. Yeah, as you say, for me, just as my little background in head, open water was a kind of a completely different story. And when they come to ask for open water, it was for me something that was very competitive and which is nothing related to what we can end up at the end, I would say. So first of all, having the possibility to be in relation with the people, the final user, I think this is always a strong, let's say, tools, but it's a great power that we can have because we really talk with the final user. So this is the main focus, and I think that at the end, this is what we had to do. So looking at them, their needs, and how they want to feel. And I really like how we came up to the emotional side because it's not just a swimsuit, because everybody can make some other prints on a swimsuit, but it's really it's all a story about to be passionate with what we are doing and what you are doing when swimming. It's a kind of journey inside yourself at the end.
Yeah, I think I just want to share, if that's all right. I'm going to come in kind of halfway through the presentation that you guys have created, and I think it might just be quite nice to kind of go through bits and pieces of it, and then a little bit of kind of the technology around how it goes. So I'm going to share my screen, so hopefully you guys can all see this. But this is a little bit around, the stories that you. I wonder if I can just zoom out on this a little bit. Yeah, there you go. As you say, that personal story, but then the product story as well, and all those sorts of things. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you came up with I really love the inner balance, my motivation, personal feeling, that kind of stuff.
We got a focus group together and we talked to them quite a few times about the feelings that they felt about open water swimming, and it was it was all about emotion. And so we felt that we could draw our inspiration from elements of people's emotion in terms of how it made them feel, what it actually, it's like, swimming is my happy place, all of this shining inside, people loving to wear just their skins, meaning just a swimsuit, not a wetsuit, they felt more with nature. So we felt that was a message that we wanted to take through into our design. I mean, and as we said, the color was very important because open water is about empowerment, and you should feel excited. You might feel that you're quite a normal person and you are absolutely crazy because you go and swim in really cold water and it's a celebration, and you should be wearing color, and and the other benefits of that, you've got the high visibility as well. We really felt that it was an ability for us to talk about how you might start off being not a very confident person, but by the time you're in your tribe, your community, you're doing these crazy things that you want to express yourself, and that's where the color and the message in our print design comes through.
Silver lining and what that means and how you came up with it and all that kind of stuff.
So while silver lining is keeping the temperature 60% longer than a regular lined suit, so that makes a result very significantly improved in terms of comfort and enjoyment in the water, especially if you stay longer there. So Karen, if you can go through the slides.
Yeah, I just want to quickly kind of just mention there again, I think you can all read it, but that's amazing. And actually I have felt that, you know, that it can help to maintain your body temperature 60% longer than a regular lined suit. We'll talk a bit more about our experience a little bit later, but yes, we're moving down.
Yeah. So when we talk about recycled material, of course, we really want to be sure that it's chlorine resistant as much as possible. So we tested up to 350 hours in chlorine water, so which is pretty amazing. It means that even if it's recycled, it doesn't mean that it have to be lower in terms of value or in performance. The next slide is talking a little bit more about the thermal control we have. So the thermal silver lining is not just eye-catching, but it's really a heat preservation. Taking the infrared given from the body, it's taking 60% as much, as mentioned before, longer into the body. And that's, I think it's really amazing for people that swim in cold water. I hope you perceive it when you try it on.
Yeah, definitely. I think I really loved the suit. So getting the suit in the first place when we did the kind of the launch shoot was really exciting because we kind of knew, we saw pictures of it, but you can't really tell. Like when they are presented to you, the colors are outstanding colors, and then you look on the inside and there's this silver lining, and it's just, you're totally right, it's the inside and out bit. And for me, really what does completely blow my mind is the fact that it's recycled and it does all of this, and it, you know, it's almost like there's no excuse for there not to be this as a potential. It certainly helps me and makes me feel better about wearing these suits. And you know, because I'm not gonna lie, I love a suit. I have many suits, lots and lots of suits. I think that's from my years of being a swimmer and training and chlorine. You know, 350 hours is great, but I would do that quite regularly, you know, throughout the years. So I was going through suits left, right, and center. And to know that, you know, finally there are suits out there now that can, you know, that can last that long in the chlorinated water. But not only that, they can be kind of transferable from pool to open water, and there's a real element of that to it, which is amazing.
The concept, you know, I touched on is that the whole kind of understanding the inner being, but the big element is starting from someone who's quite sort of nervous about swimming or not very confident, and how through the colors and how it feels, that it can really change how you feel and how you perceive yourself. If we move on to the next slide. So, you know, we talked about the whole philosophy of the chrysalism, which is, you know, everybody's turning into a butterfly, that we have this, you know, this feeling of achievement, it's confident, it's passionate. We want everybody to feel happy and great in their suits. So every suit that we've developed has a message. You know, we highlight an emotive feeling, and that resonates through the design of the print. So, you know, we have suits that we call Rise and Shine, which basically, you know, means, you know, you got to get up and get going. So it's all about creating a wonderful experience. The thing about the thermal lining is that, you know, we talked a lot about concepts and, you know, statements of how we wanted people to feel. And we did also come up with, every cloud has a silver lining, and we went, oh, silver. And we started talking about the uses of silver and the obviously the scientific benefits. But when we actually put it into a lab to do the testing, we were absolutely shocked at what a significant difference it is. And it might mean it is more about the fact that you don't perceive you're getting cold. You have longer to not have that feeling. So suddenly you think, oh, I didn't actually feel that cold. Or, it has that feeling of taking that experience for a longer period of time. And I think the thing is, by having that silver line front and back, it completely encases that torso area. So we just have a very sort of simple sort of foundation. We have two silhouettes, our scoop back, which is our very popular style, and it's very easy to get it on and off. And that was one of the criteria that the team had said, when it's cold outside, you get out of the water, you want to be able to put your suit on and off quickly so you can get that jacket around you. And then also a traditional sports silhouette as well, so which is a style
Strike back.
Yep.
Amazing.
Okay.
So we come with our first concept, which is mainly based on color explosion. So you can see clearly. And we have our rainbow parrots, which is our strike back proposal. Color and high vis, as not just as mentioned, the need to feel this brightness. It's also a technical reason to have high visibility in open water. So we also add a small detail, which is a reflective tag on the side of the swimsuit, just to emphasize that it's a technical. There is a small technical reason all around this swimsuit. We can see the first proposal. This is our striped back in rainbow palette. So it's all about animals being in contact with the nature, but also feel the joy of this color explosion. And the contrast with the black, it's amazing. It's really powerful.
It is. It's brilliant. Love that one.
Second concept was all about the skin and all about the sea texture we can find. So we have here our scooped cut style, as Margot mentioned before. This is much easier to take off and take on. So when you're freezing outside, you can feel it once you put it up. And we have the raw print, which is also very nice with this gradient. I have it right here, actually. Really, really bright.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a lovely single one. I couldn't pick between that one or the one that I have. Really, really like it. We go down to the next one?
Yes, and the second one, which is serene in the same concept.
Yeah, that
so
one's definitely one that I think you'll see in the water, that's for sure. Kath, that's the one you have, right?
Yes, sorry, I was just answering in the chat. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it.
It is very cool. It is very, very cool. And then onto this one.
Yes.
So that's the Rise
and Shine. It's our reborn and all about how to find yourself. And we go through a major input print, but with small details with this animal prints. So it's again everything about all about details and close up.
And also, you can never go wrong with a little bit of animal print as well. I think that one is going to go very well. And then finally, my favorite, which is this
last but not least, is our Arctic Kiss, which is really the ice queen. So it's talking about all the environmental feeling and this coldness. Yeah, it's really being in contact with nature, which surrounds you.
You'll definitely see, thank you so much, but and for everyone else, you'll definitely see loads
Thank you
of
very much.
different people in different sizes, in, you know, multiple suits, the different, you know, the same suit but different body shapes, different sizes. And I think that was the thing I loved most about the day that we had, where we did the you know, the shoot day, if you like, for it. Just so many different people trialing on the suits, seeing what it feels like in different patterns, what it looks like in different patterns, and that kind of stuff. And everyone that had their suit on, I mean, everyone grabbed their suit straight away. No one was upset with the suit that they had. And it really did, you know, make a difference. I think the thing I'm really excited about this for kind of the emerging sort of dipping market is that I think this could help a lot of people. Sometimes someone just needs a bit of encouragement. And I think if they heard that this suit will keep you 60, potentially 60%, you know, retain your heat 60% longer, that might just be the little thing that they need to join the community of people to go into the open water and all that kind of stuff. It's really good. Some amazing comments as well from people talking about loving that suit. Definitely a comment about why there are no men's suits, or not why there are no men's suits, but are there men's suits? And Margot saying we'll keep that in mind. A couple of people asking about the scoop. No, the strike back only going up to size 18. I don't know. Or Charlotte wants to pop back up and answer that one.
Well, I mean, as a rule, with sports styles, we normally don't go. We usually stop at a 16 and 18. It's just we know historically that the people don't traditionally buy larger sizes past 18. So we sort of followed that philosophy that we would just offer that to an 18. I mean, as I said, it is so easy for us to do bigger sizes. And one thing certainly about Zogs is we are very, so you got me started, Kerry Ann. We're very particular about sizing. And, you know, we know that when people go past, say, a size 14, you need to approach fitting differently. You know, as we go into, say, 20s, 22s, even up to 26, we start filling holes in the back of the suits. We widen it so around the armholes. So we want to make sure that everybody has a good experience with Zogs. So the fit is very important. So we're more than happy to go into bigger sizes if that's what's required.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Again, I'm super excited about, you know, the opportunity to work with you guys, as you know, with Zogs as a brand, is that you really listen. And I think that's amazing. You listen and you're a woman. I think that is amazing, that there's women creating the concept behind the suit and women creating the suit. That is going to be real, and you can see it already. You can see that through the designs, you can see that through the way that it fits and those sorts of things. And I think, you know, if you have people saying, because there's a couple of questions around bust support, I think, as well. And I guess, you know, if that's something that you're looking for, you know, I think, Margot, you commented on something saying
well, I mean, I replied to the person who said bust support, and I said, look, I mean, I'm an E cup, so I have a reasonable bust, and the scoop back it really hugs the body. So you don't necessarily need to say a shelf bra. It really holds everything in. So, you know, obviously it's a little bit more complicated for us to offer more bust support because we're fully lining the suit in silver. But, you know, at the same time, you know, it does make sure nothing kind of moves around. So it does the job, to be honest.
Yeah, another question I definitely want to, there's two here. So one from Chris just saying, are they geared? And this is a question that's actually been asked many times today in a different forum, in the Her Spirit forum, actually. And I'm sure questions that you're going to get. So Lucy, I'm sure you're getting ready to type the response back to people, which is around not an issue that I have in terms of large boobs. There is not much going on there for me. So it's a very different thing, but a very valid question that I know a lot of people are going to be asking is around, are they geared for larger boobed ladies? What's your thinking around that?
Well, I think the thing is just that, I mean, you know, it certainly will accommodate, you know, a maybe even up to an F cup. But when you go into a G, you just need more fabric. I mean, I would definitely urge that person to try on one of our suits, because it's got a lot of extension, so the fabric can keep stretching with you. And also, you know, we've got quite good coverage around the armholes. I mean, you know, in terms of some of the bust support suits that we've done also for Bravissimo, you know, that's a whole nother construction again. So, you know, it is more about, rather than actually providing construction inside the suit, we are relying on the fabric to kind of stretch over you, so to speak.
Yeah, amazing. I'm actually going to bring Kath up now, because I'm sure that you want to add.
You knew I was. You knew I was going to go. Yeah, I can certainly answer that. I don't have the bust department, but I have the hips department and the bottom department. So the suit that I've got is amazing. So a friend of mine has seen it. I shouldn't say that, but she's seen it and she's like, I want one of those. And she's very large in the bust department. And I was able to show her how much it would stretch. And as Lucy and Charlotte knew, I had a bit of a disaster with the suit recently, which I thought I'd gained more weight than my scales were saying, and it wasn't. It was the elastic suit. But these suits are amazing. Then they go back to size, and they're so, for me, because I'm always swimming in the really, really cold water, my problem is if a suit's too tight, I just can't get it off. And these are so easy to get on and off, and to get something over my thighs and then shrink back into a nice tummy and bust size, amazing. So that's the top thing for me for this. So I haven't tried. I could probably try the 18 and the other design, but the scoop back I've tried, and it's absolutely brilliant. So I think whether it's to stretch over larger thighs and bottom or over larger breasts, I think it's going to definitely do the job.
So Sarah just asking there, is Zogs a size inclusive brand, and will they fit a size 26 UK women's size?
We do size up to size 26. And in the open water program, we only go to a 22. A lot of that is because it's a new program. We don't know how it's going to go. So I think if we feel that there's a market for it, we're very comfortable going up to a 26.
Brilliant. Amazing. There was one other thing I wanted to kind of mention, and this was definitely something I wanted to talk about. And that was, so Jan's talking about she can't wear scoop backs as they fall off her shoulders, loving the bright colours. So I would actually say I gave it a pretty rigorous test at the Swim Cube a couple of weeks ago, and I had the machine coming quite fast at me, so there was no issues with water coming down the front of my suit. And the shoulders on this particular design, they're slightly higher up than any other kind of scoop back that I have felt, not in an uncomfortable way, actually in a really nice feeling, supportive way. And the back did not move a single inch on me. The scoop back, the shoulders did not come down even the tiniest little bit. Actually, on any of the Zog suits, I tried 2 scoop backs, another version, one that does have support actually, not that I need it, but the bra support, I can't remember what the name of the suit is, but I tried both of them, and actually both of them were really good from not falling off the shoulder. So I know that Kath actually, and I think Kim, if you wouldn't mind commenting, I think yours was the Rise and Shine suit, is that right? And you have a scoop back. I don't know if you've managed to have a swim on your front with the scoop back, if you want to kind of comment on that. But Kath, what was your feeling of swimming with the scoop back?
Yeah, it's really, it stays really close, which I noticed. So like you say, there's no water going down, which, I have had previously. But I've got to be honest, I love the scoop backs. Ever since I wore that scoop back in Antarctica, I've really got used to scoop backs because I like them because they hide my back fat. So it's like, I really love them. So it's like, but yeah, definitely they're high enough up that I don't have a large bust, so I don't have the problem of anything gaping. But I think there's plenty of material there that even with a large bust that it wouldn't. But you'd have to speak to a large bust lady to answer that one.
Can I just jump in a sec? Because I just wanted to say that I don't think these lovely designers over there are shouting enough about how they product test, because Georgia mentioned it, that we put all of our suits through vigorous testing. So that's why they have designed the strap positioning and the higher, you know, kind of, and making sure there's no boob slips and all of that stuff that us swimmers need to be really conscious of. That they put these suits through through tests. And Georgia brought up about how it's been chlorine proof tests, but that's because we also want longevity. Obviously, these are designed for open water, but we also want to make sure that they can be used in the pool as well, because we know that people go between the two. So these guys have done, you know, fit tests. They test on real women. They scale up. You know, there's so much work that they're not even shouting about. So I'm trying to do it. I'll PR them for them. But they do so much work on like making sure that they use real women, real body shapes, to make sure that we try and fit as close to a real life size as possible, because that's so important to these guys and our brand, and making sure we say that the product's fit for purpose in terms of not just the scoop backs fitting and not slipping off the shoulders, but yeah, coverage and comfort is just something that's in these guys' DNA, and they forget it because it's just natural to them. But it's just really important to us, and I think there's some conversation about sizing and things, and I think that as Kath has just talked about, that it has got. I mean, I've got one of the suits here in front of me, and it has got, you know, that flex to it. It's got that really nice stretch, and it's got that compression as well. And I think that those elements of this suit, in terms of the lining, gives you that support, that nice fit. The silver is really like sci-fi. You can't see it when you're wearing it, but it's actually got a really nice feel to it when it's against your skin. It's like, you know, I wish you could feel it through the screen, but you can't. So I think it's got all these elements that these guys have built into the suit and packed into it. That you know, we've designed it to be as kind of all singing and all dancing as possible, based on all of the research from all these amazing women that we've had involved in the project. You know, for us, it's now about kind of giving you guys a chance to try it, and you can try our suits on. We've obviously got the hygiene strip. You can try them on. You know what? If it's not for you, doesn't fit or whatever. Like, you know, we're a brand that wants to hear from you. So, you know, we're always open to that feedback. But we hope that you're not disappointed, because we're completely wild about these suits.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple of people talking about sizing, and you know, the scoop backs maybe fall off because they're slightly shorter. I would definitely say, you know, I was going to ask Charlotte that question. You know, there is an option to maybe send them back. I think just because of scoop backs in the past haven't worked. And again, I'd say that a lot of the time scoop backs are actually suits designed by men, and they don't really understand what is required. But the video that I did on Instagram actually had, you know, the reason I did it was because I wanted to see what the different suits looked like on, you know, the different backs of different suits, and how they sat when you did sort of front crawl. Have a watch of those videos from the scoop back perspective, because actually they were brilliant. I did not feel them move. Any suits didn't feel them move really at all. So yeah, I think.
And Kerry-Ann, can I just also say, with our scoop backs, I mean, that is probably one of our best-selling silhouettes, and part of it is because it can be worn in swimming, and it can be worn sort of maybe more as a leisure type suit. But the reason why they don't fall off is with the back sits quite high, so it prevents the straps from falling off, and also it adds more bust support. So it is a kind of, you know, scoop backs, if it's quite low, they're very difficult to fit, and they don't support use. But our backs are a lot higher, so they sit right into the small of the back.
Yeah, and I guess that's why you created two suits in a way. You know, I'd imagine
Exactly.
in the colder months and the winter months, the other back, I can't remember what it's called now, the slightly
Strike back.
The strike back, there you go, thank you, is, you know, if you are looking to maybe do a bit more swimming and that's the kind of suit you feel the most supported in, then that might be the suit for you to do slightly longer swims in. But if you're doing more of the dipping, like the Winter Swim Challenge as an example, or, you know, when it's really cold and you're in the water for minutes at a time, you know, you might be able to be in a tiny bit longer with, well, 60% longer with this suit. But you know, I guess it's for different things for different times. But like I said, I really have found actually swimming in the scoop back, I probably could have swum kind of all day long, which is really exciting, because I exactly the same fears that all you guys had, which is why I wanted to test it out.
So
this is the time, guys. If you've got any more questions to ask the guys, the designers, or if you wanted to ask Charlotte from Zogs anything. If you've enjoyed this evening and you're really interested in learning more about it and seeing the suit and all that kind of stuff, loads more videos and pictures are going to be released tomorrow and over the next few weeks. So definitely head over and follow Zogs at Zogs UK. Share away the stuff that they've done over there, and just have a look at the suit, see if you like it. Again, these guys aren't just about taking your money, and I'm super happy to say that it's about more than that. It's about this community. It's about creating suits that really mean a lot to people, and I think that loads of people will go, I just can't wait to see which one's like the best seller, because I think that really kind of speaks to why someone's buying that suit, because it really means something to them, which is just really, really exciting. What do they cost? Good question.
They are £55 on our .com.
So Jan, I think we may have maybe convinced Jan to try a scoop back. Not found one yet that doesn't fall off my shoulder. In all makes, we'll give it a go. We'll try one more time for us, Jan.
Give it a go.
Definitely be a market for the Silverline jammers for guys. I think so too. There's a couple of people I've already spoken to who said that they'd be really interested in that.
I think so. Yeah, a lot of people keen to try it out, Margot and
Georgia.
Bring it on. We love it.
That's a good shout out from Stephen about swim hats, actually.
That's a good question.
What, Silverline swim hats? Yeah, that's something we have discussed. It's you never know. It could be next. There's always something going on at Zogs Towers for sure. So can't give it all away.
Yes, definitely. So what else have we got? Where do you see the development in this range as a whole? Men's range, jammers, more designs. Actually, that's a really good point to mention. Charlotte, I don't know if you want to pick up on that.
Yes, so we're launching with these 5 initial styles and prints that we've just kind of covered off, the ones you just saw. Well, we've actually got another 4 designs coming in a few months' time. So, we're excited to be able to bring those to the market. And, we're really looking for that feedback. These guys here, the designers, love to hear directly, what you love about the suits and, design-wise and things. But likewise, they know they live in the future. They know all the trends that we're all going to be wearing. They're so far ahead of us, and so they're already picking up kind of insights and trends from all sorts of trend reports. So this is I really want to make this a huge success with the help of all of our amazing partners. So that we can do more cool projects like this that are really relevant and create product that is really fit for purpose, like I keep banging on about, because that's what makes us as a brand and as a team really excited, is making things that are really kind of cool and different, and that people can love wearing, because that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, definitely. And just Susan saying there as well, she appreciates that it's come out for women first. The highest percentage of open water swimmers are women, so it is definitely nice to hear that as well. Debbie asking, are you looking for swim schools to stock/sell them as well? Is that something that you guys would consider?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. We're now in a kind of position where we wanted to establish the product, see how it kind of took to the market, and that's our next step really, is kind of seeing. We just want to make sure that we have the right partners in place to sell it, because it is about, again, the consumer. It's about the swimmer and making sure it's really relevant. So that's the next stop for us, is making sure that we've got the right partners in place, in terms of resellers and things. So that's definitely something we'll be looking at for sure.
Brilliant. And Debbie, you'll be the first to know from us, because we'll be liaising with Charlotte and the team from a straight line swimming perspective, so you guys will be the first to know about those options. And actually, there was a question from Dee, which was, is there a discount for coaches? So we do have a discount code across most, if not all, of the Zogs brand, which will be launched this week on our website, on the partner page on our website. But I'm sure you guys can appreciate that this is a brand new suit. So actually, we're going to do something slightly different with the coaches discount code for this. So the suits won't be discounted, but there is, can you remind me what the next part was? It was discount on goggles, I think it was.
Yeah, I think we were going to
Yeah.
do like a kind of like a value add. So, you know, if you bought a suit, you'll definitely get a very, very healthy discount off kind of other products from the Zogs range. So you want to make sure that you're all zogged up and ready for the water.
Definitely. That will be absolutely there. Simon, final question, unless you've got any other burning questions, but final question here was, have you had any discussions with the open water swimming organizations? I don't know, Simon, if you want to kind of divulge in what you mean by that, or, you know, I guess, you know, Charlotte, there's Outdoor Swimmer magazine as I can think of as a starting point. Then there's the Her Spirit community. There's us at Straight Line Swimming. Anybody else you guys have reached out to with this sort of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. We've reached out to kind of venues where, you know, we want to get the word out there. So it's about swim groups. You know, we want people. We need people to kind of talk about us, and we want to be a brand that, you know, open water swimmers love. You know, again, we're not creating this product just for our own vanity. It's, you know, we want people to love it as much as we do. So yeah, Lucy's been doing an amazing job in networking and trying to reach out to these guys. So yeah, we're great friends with the Outdoor Swimmer magazine. So, you know, we've got lots of activity going on with them. So yeah, you'll see plenty more from us in all kind of good open water online communities and spaces come to your digital platforms near you soon, very soon.
Definitely. And actually, unfortunately, Simon, the suit will not comply with Channel Swimming Association or ISA rules, which is fair enough, because, you know, their rules are very strict with that kind of stuff, and this is a suit that's going to keep people warmer. So yeah, that's not possible there. But people still swim the channel wearing wetsuits, so it'll just be an assisted channel swim, or whatever. That there's no reason why you couldn't still swim it if you wanted to, but it would just not quite comply with the rules of those organisations, the CSPF and stuff like that. Well, thank you. Oh, go on then.
I'm going to say on that, because obviously I can't wear my suit for swim, but I can't wait to start using it for dipping, because I've been dipping and playing so much, and I can wear it now without everybody asking me what it is.
Now she can shout it from the rooftops.
Exactly.
Like,
while we have you, it would not be good of me if we didn't talk a little bit about what you're doing. So you just alluded to there that you haven't really been able to use the suit that much, and that's because you've taken on some pretty big challenges, right?
Well, yeah, I'm still hoping to go to the Arctic. That's in the background, and hopefully off with Kim this weekend to see Leon at Swim Your Swim, or if the water's under the Magic 5. I seem to be going around the countries trying to find under the Magic 5. So with Leon this weekend, and then Austria for a guaranteed 2 or 3 degrees the weekend after. And then I am going to be able to wear my suit in something.
Yay.
I'm going ice free diving. Yeah, to Finland, because I'm 50 in March. So I thought I'd treat myself to go and dive under the ice. I'm petrified, but I'll be able to wear my suit for it. So at least I'll be snuggly and warm whilst I'm doing it. And then, yeah, I'm going to use mine so much, because I dip so much. And to be honest, I just think, well, I can still wear it on training swims, because what I found is afterwards, I don't take as long to warm up, because there's parts of me that just don't get cold. Whereas in the normal suit, they get absolutely freezing and stay freezing for hours. So I'm really excited. I can't wait. It's on tomorrow night for my swim.
Amazing. And Kath, would you use it in your Ice Palace? I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Your Ice Palace?
Yeah, I'm not sitting in that Ice Palace unless I have to, but I think, yeah, don't tell Rob about them. Secret weapon.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll keep the silver lining bit on that bit a bit of a secret.
And if the men's one come out, I'm not telling him.
Brilliant. Well, Margot, thank you so much for joining us all the way from Australia. It's been fascinating, and I'm so excited to kind of see where it goes. And Georgia as well, thank you from Italy for joining us as well. It's just fascinating to see how these things come to life. To Charlotte and Lucy from the Zogs team, you know, it's been so good to be able to speak to you and find out information and be able to share why I'm so excited to be working with you guys, and why Kath is also super excited to be working with you guys, because of there's just so many things we could sit and talk to you guys for hours. You know, your sustainability avenues are outrageous in the most amazing way, and we will probably do another conversation about that in way more depth and detail. But for tonight, it was all just about kind of getting to grips with the new suit. So you're all, you know, got a nice sneak peek if you haven't seen them already of what the suits are, but they come out tomorrow 9 a.m. and we'd love for you guys to get behind it and share and like and comment and all that kind of stuff on across the social media platforms. And Kath as well, thank you for your insight and your input as always. And I can't believe that for a treat you would dive under ice.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Sure
I hope I like it.
My kind of treat's a beach and a cocktail. That's what I'm going with.
Let's see. I'll let you know after March. Yeah. I don't know what. By the end of March, I'll know if I like it.
Oh,
I
wow.
think you're amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, that's it for this evening. It's been brilliant to see everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, and I can't wait to see how the suit gets taken up. I'm sure it'll be taken up really well within the community. And yeah, thanks very much for thinking about all of us when you came to designing these suits.